Congratulations, within the first 30 seconds of streaming, you've already sworn once, honey. Let's keep a tally tonight, shall we?
I'm sorry.
Hobbled Angry Gray Broncos fan in the background. Please pay no mind. So tonight we're going to be working on tweaking a deck that I actually designed myself for once, instead of basically cheating off of somebody else's work. Bolas the Ravager. The thought process behind the deck is to try to cram as many discard stapled effects to a creature or to other things as possible. I mean, Bolas the Ravager, when flying 4/4, whenever it enters, each opponent discards a card that can flip into a powerful planeswalker. Then early on, we have a bunch of random creatures that force our opponent to discard a card. Bugler Rat, Corrupt Court Official. Almost sounds like something here in the US anymore. Elder Disciple, etc. Virus Beetle, just some stuff with comes in, each opponent discards a card, Croxa. So very similar to a Liliana of the Veil or Obnixilis the Adversary deck, with a very big difference that, you know, we actually play a card that's legal in command, or to be the commander in Commander, not just something in Brawl like Liliana or Obnixilis, which technically are not legal to be commanders in Commander because they're not creatures, they're planeswalkers. A couple things I've noticed with this deck: it does have a little bit of problems with early aggression. It also can lose to decks that are doing the same thing as it, as I played against, I think, Obnixilis and Liliana both in my kind of warm-up games for it. Deck is a little top-heavy as well. I've also crammed a ton of MDFC lands, so there's only like 24 actual lands. I think 5 MDFCs, including Seagate Restoration, Clock Predation, Fell to Profane, Shatter Skull Smashing, and Sink into Stupor. So we aren't going to use these too often as spells, but you know, in the few opportunities we do have, they're pretty nice to have. The rest of the deck is discard, more discard, more discard. A little bit of graveyard-based things. We have things like Reanimate, Necromancy, a few other ways to get back cards. And then we have some card advantage, mostly in the 3-slot, Rhystic Study, Black Market Connections, Phyrexian Arena. The Celestis is nice. It allows us to loot through our deck while also being a mana rock. We have 3 Talismans, Arcane Signet, Ornithopter of Paradise, as well as where are you? Dark Ritual. So we have several ways to get out of mana. Mox Amber I'm not sold on. We'll see how this one performs if and when it shows up. I mean, I do have quite a bit of legends in this deck, but it doesn't really feel like too many of them come down early enough to matter. So we'll see how that performs as an early accelerant. And then the rest of the deck, some pretty good top end. Bolas Dragon God forces the opponent to exile permanents or cards from their hand. Kefka comes in and forces the opponent to discard. Angrath forces the opponent to discard. Cruelty of Gix can force the opponent to discard. Sheoldred on its backside can force opponents to discard, etc., etc. I don't think this deck is quite tweaked the way I want it to be, but we need to work on it. So I will definitely be iterating it a little bit as we're playing along, so hopefully we'll actually have a close to final version by the time the stream is done. Great. Now I blame you for this, hon. All I can think of is the song, I've been rooting for the Broncos all the season long.
Huh?
I said all I can think of now is I've been rooting for the Broncos all the season long.
They're losing.
Again? They were just winning a minute ago.
Yeah, well, apparently they got a 2-pointer.
Ah.
They're losing to Cheeseheads.
Yes, the Cheeseheads are quite good this year.
The Cheeseheads are still Cheeseheads.
Yeah, well, you know. Nobody's perfect.
Right now, I'm against them. And they're not even my least favorite team.
Alright. So, no black mana. Can't afford to keep this hand. We will mulligan it. This hand has a lot of acceleration, but no real discard. I think we'll still roll with it, but it is a bit... I think a top land first. Question is, do I go... I guess we can technically go Blood Crypt, Arcane Signet, into Dark Ritual, Chromatic Lantern. Okay, Arcane Signet. Dark Ritual, Chromatic Lantern, and go. Play that out. Don't think we want an island for right now. We'll get Bolas going, force them to discard a card. Which card? Discard. Alright, so what does this do? We're attack one or more non-purple encounter. We'll just go ahead and hard cast Fury. Clear their board. And it goes to 16. Welcoming Vampire. And then Legion's Landing, draw a card, right? Yep. So... Move to combat first, see what they do. Play out a rat. Let's go ahead and kill this Welcoming Vampire because we have to keep them from drawing a bunch of cards. Whatever will they do? Voice of Resurgence. Okay. You want to draw a card? Alright, Momentum Breaker. Sacrifice a creature. Can only assume... Yep. No real reason to attack with Fury there. Okay. Which I wondered if they'd been sitting on that Swartz for a while, the way they were contemplating things. Doubt there's anything relevant in their hand. It goes to 3. Paradise Druid, sure. Requires, what, 9 for them to have double strike? Get 1 more. Don't talisman of indulgence. Does Xander do? A turn opponent discards half their cards. Rolls and dies. Target more sex. Opponent's their choice. Round it down. Goes to 1. So they don't currently have any way to gain life, so they will use to Screeve's Hive next turn. If they don't find a way to destroy it. We take 2 poison. And don't usually like wishing our opponent a good game until the game is completely over. Fury has been one of the cards so far that I think I've been the most impressed with the few games that I've played it with it. With this deck. Because it definitely feels one of the niches that this deck is lacking, and that is ways to deal with early aggression. I lost really badly to a Tajik. One of the arena ones. It's the 1/1 4-mana indestructible haste, and then each time it attacks, it conjures a random card from its pile of nonsense spellbook. What does this do? Secretly choose card in your graveyard and conjure a duplicate. Duplicate is in a land card, perpetually gains flash. His hand does a whole lot of not much. A couple discards, just doesn't. Yeah, I'll try this one. I guess hand does a lot of the same things, but at least we have a little bit of interaction. In Murderous Rider. And it's entirely possible that we just have too many of the quote-unquote discard effects. So we have black and blue, red, blue, so we need black, red, I guess. Don't really want chromatic lantern. So we could play Corrupt Official, or we could play Croxa. They both effectively do the same thing here. They're both just basically come in, discard a card. Play the Celestis, good chance this gets countered. Oh, they let it go. Alright. So they have a Frantic Search. So the downside here is we're kind of playing into what their deck does, and they did have likely have a counter spell for this, so. Oh, they just have Destroy Target, whatever, sure. Do you have Flash? It does. Cycle. It's a very interesting card for them to duplicate. Because it doesn't... I mean, it's card selection, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't net them any actual positive cards. So I have 3 cards in hand, or 2 cards in hand. Guess we'll try to jam Cruelty here. The library has not a whole lot going on. Ours has Croxa, but think we're just going to grab a Thoughtseize here. Be sure they can auto-water this back to her hand. They currently have no other way to deal with it. Despite the relatively insane amount of cards they drew, they really didn't accomplish much. Wilderness Wreck, sure. Fetch land out. Okay. Concedes. Do wonder what they went and tried to get. Hi. How are the Broncos doing? Okay, apparently I don't want to answer that question. Or ask that question.
From what I'm reading, since I can't watch the game, the Broncos defense SUCX.
Swux? So... do we keep this in? Because Lorien revealed it's basically a water grave, effectively. Bugler Rat and a Davriel. Against a... where's the deck? Guess we'll try it. I mean... I'm gonna go ahead and cycle for the water grave just to avoid any, I don't even know, stifle maybe. Angry Broncos fan. It's not a green cat in the background. It's my lovely wife growling at her team. So they discard Malevolent Hermit. It might come back disturbed. Start with a Thunksies. See what they want to do. Feel like this is going to get countered for some reason. Yep. Take the opportunity to smack him with a monkey.
Can you smack the Broncos into shape?
Probably not.
You won't reach them now, has you?
Supreme Verdict. Well, I mean, they've got a lot of stuff going on here. I guess we take... That is a bizarre card. We just take that one. Return the monkey to my hand. Yeah, pretty much. It's an artifacts, instants, and sorceries. Discard a card. So that is a somewhat painful land, I guess. I guess at this rate that they're going to hold on to Fairy. No, they hold on to Elspeth Conquers Death. That is a... Oh, I guess that technically gets back to Fairy in a couple of turns. Play this Talisman. I do think we are going to lose to the infinite card draw here. Yeah. Because, I mean, on the off chance they haven't drawn anything relevant, we can try to shoulder it. Killing Teferi here, but I'm feeling they're going to jam. Do nothing. That's interesting. Veto. Yeah, we're just too far behind. Don't really have a easy way to beat the Wandering off the top of the deck. One of the eternal battles of discard-based decks is losing to whatever comes off the top of the deck. Come on, the Broncos, let's go! Come on! You can do it! Alright, so we're up against a Sika, which the Sika decks could do a lot of different things. I feel like we could do a little better. This hand might be good enough. Turn one, monkey, go! Opponent is ramping. Alright, so probably should have waited to see what we had off the top of their deck. We have the Bone Zone. Opponent decides they need to swords that, which I suppose makes sense. Into rampant growth. Red. Concerning this. So, good chance our opponent has another sweeper in their hand, because it looks like they're very much a control deck, using a Sika as the basis for their decks. They're probably going to play the Prismatic Bridge. And then get Nicol Bolas here as their only real choice. That out of their graveyard. Does the Prismatic Bridge hit? It's the Fairy Time Rattler. Turn that to our hand. Second black source, so we'll go with Raucous Theater. Got Colligon Command out of there. Turn that into a red.
What was that?
Opponent with all the Planeswalkers. Hullbreaker Horror. Yeah, we ain't beating that one. Liliana? They're trying. I guess they failed. Four. Is there a Vorinclex on the battlefield now? Sure. Point goes to 2. So why did it trigger? Oh, because of counterspell, you stay in the game. Of course you do. Alright, just died a Nicol Bolas Dragon God. Cool. Plus Vorinclex Ultimate. So Swan Song is Swan Song. Enchantment, Instant, or Sorcery. So if we would have played Bolas, we would have won there. Kind of hard to play around that particular card, though. Yeah, the Chiefs are eliminated from the playoffs. That's cool. Yeah. And, well, Mahomes got injured. I don't know how severely today, but he got hurt.
Darn. I mean, that's so sad.
And then
I feel bad for him. But we have to play them, so I don't feel that bad for them.
Like I said, I don't know how badly he was even injured.
If he's out for 2 weeks, I'm happy.
Ah. His hand is okay, I guess. Terra is kind of a fast deck, so it could be a slow deck to set up. So okay, so they start with Gemstone Cavern, Zerator's Proving Grounds. Play that out. I think we're gonna pitch Alcazats. Okay, girl signature. So I have double red, which is kind of whatever. Water Grave. Play Waste Not. Guess we pitch cast Grief here, getting rid of Alcazats. Let's see what we can nab over there. Surveil 2, gain the spells cast and exile it, transformed under its top 2 cards. Send the Bahamut and Wash Away is really the only reasonable choice there. So I can assume they're either going to take Sanctum Weaver or Overlord. Said they take Thassa. I do, like, don't get me wrong, Ragavan's a very annoying card to deal with, but I do think people greatly overestimate its abilities to cast things and do stuff. Oh no, they just had their own Ragavan to play. Cool. So we don't really want to take the damage, but I do want to get this. So they pitched Bahamut, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so they're going to shock that in. Recast Esper Origins from the graveyard. Surveil 2, it comes back as a 4/4. Attack with that. Opponent gets a bunch of mana here, so I can assume they might recast Terra here. Yep, recast Terra. Play a land and. Oh, they're trying to go for the card advantage engine, sure. So I think. Down to 16. I feel like they might go for Thassa here. They have something with Flash in their hand. That, I mean, gets ahead on lands, sure. That really doesn't accomplish much here. It's basically an expensive explorer. Down to 11. Kind of get to play a bad tempo game here. Oh, she is just so annoying of a card to play around. It's a dang infinite loop. I guess I should never have taken down the stupid... Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, it's an infinite loop. I just keep casting temporal manipulation over and over again. Should have just kept doing what we were doing. We're probably going to overload Cyclonic Rift either way, so it would have been kind of awkward. There's nothing quite as creepy as someone else in the room going, come on, come on, come on.
I'm not saying come on.
Oh, what are you saying?
Let's go, Broncos, let's go.
Basically the same dang thing.
The whole crowd is chanting it.
Oh. Okay.
Because we got the ball back, and we have a chance to take the lead if we can actually play.
You guys play? Nah. Foreign collects. Let's go ahead and play Bugle Rats here.
It's not the fourth quarter. We don't play till the fourth quarter.
Spoken like a true Broncos fan. So do I play a bit slower here? Hmm? Anything I actually want to cast this turn? I mean, technically, I do want to cast. Phyrexian Arena this turn, so I'll go ahead and do that. Grab a basic swamp. Cast Phyrexian Arena. No attacks. Leave the big bopper back. there any way we can... So do this. Sacrificing that. I don't have enough mana to do everything this turn. So... Toxic Deluge for 8. Let's go ahead and attack with that first. Oh, we're just dead to a 1 clock's monstrous raider, sure. Alright. We'll try out one more match. I think this deck has been an interesting concept, but a bit of a failure so far. Trying to take a look at how we might be able to let's Teysa. What does Teysa do? Enters, crit a 1/1, black spirit, intensifies by 1. Beginning your end step may exile Teysa. If you do, at the beginning of your end step, return Teysa to the battlefield or something control against haste. Intensify. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. Blood Creek, I guess. Is there anything over there we can take that's reasonable? Don't really exile anything. Modify is annoying. Don't exile cards out of deck. Can't really beat Elspeth. Guess we take the catcher most because we can't really beat it. Wayfarer's Bottle. Swamp Cycle. Grab a Ground Theater. Underground Sewers. Play Underground Sewers. Raucous Theater can go to the graveyard. Why would they sacrifice that during their draw step? That's actually poor execution. Just in terms of what they're doing with their mana. This is definitely going to absolutely obliterate us here. Who would take this hit? Plan to sink into stupor whenever they play here. Which will most likely be Elspeth, I think. It's a card that makes the most sense to play. Does that make a difference in what's going on here? So if we cast Fury, can we pitch cast Fury and get it back? It's what, power? Gratitude versus power. Invoke it, pitch casting. Nah. Well, we do have to. Guess we'll see what they throw down with Kefka first. Guess we could pitch cast, or we can pitch Fury this way. Cast that. Teysa comes back. Sveth. Rats are definitely not what we're looking for here. Elder Fang Disciple, force them to discard a card. Get a zombie. Teysa comes back, makes a bunch of dudes. See, Teysa is one of the few cards that I actually like the design of for Arena. Feels like this is going to be sure. ultimate on that. Sacrifice a zombie. What's to Tesa? Like I said, Tesa is one of the few cards from the Arena series that I actually enjoy the design of. A lot of the Arena cards are just like, or Arena only cards are just kind of annoying. This one actually, it feels like part Ghost Dad and part like something unique to set it up, or just with tokens and intensify and all that stuff. So alright, so this was a unique idea. I do think there's probably a bit too much of the random discard nonsense here. Probably need to increase the power of the deck a little bit. You know, there's just so many cards that allow the opponent to refill their hand or, you know, get under us a little bit. Cards that I was particularly impressed by, Fury was pretty good when it showed up. Some of these other ones, like the Raven Man's probably a reasonable card if we're actually discarding cards. Waste Not, when it gets rolling, is pretty decent, at least in the deck as it currently is designed. I had a crazy hand that I like rankled somebody turn 2 with a Dark Ritual. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I was impressed with, a lot of things I would probably tweak. I mean, for a first draft of a deck, this was pretty okay, but it definitely was not the most powerful thing you could do. And there's a lot of, like, Hopeless Nightmare, Corrupt Official, Elder Disciple, like this random, like, discard a card. I just don't know that that's powerful enough in Commander anymore. Like the repetitive discard, like Liliana, Ingrath, that good stuff is probably fine. And then backing it up with either a little bit more acceleration or a little bit more actual interaction. And that was one of the things when I was building this deck that I was a little bit afraid of, is that I'd have a little too much of the discard a random card kind of thing going on. So I feel like if I iterate on that, it would certainly be that angle of things. So as always, I want to thank my lovely wife for hanging out while also rooting on her Broncos, who are currently
winning.
Yeah, so I see.
Because they're one like all the Packers are going out with injuries.
So this was an okay deck. I'm a huge fan of Nicol Bolas the Ravager, so anytime I get a chance to play with that, never did get to. The one chance we did get to flip it to its other side, we got Cyclonic Rifted and then comboed out. So, as always, If you like Brawl content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out our shorts videos that come out every day. And hope to see you for next week's stream. See ya.